Hey, scrappy people, it's Tracy Reed here today, coming at you with a quick and easy spread in my 2017 December Daily album. I ended up keeping my littlest home from school the day after we kept him out way late looking at the lights on the trolley. And so we went on a day date, Christmas shopping together. And of course we stopped at Starbucks because duh. And I decided that I was going to make this photo a full page, and because I had a 4-up 3x4 page protector in there, I ended up cutting it up into 4 different pieces and sticking it in the page protector just like that. And now I'm going to do a flip out with vellum on this page, and I don't actually have a huge amount to say about this layout, so I'm just kind of purely doing this one for the fun and experimenting with techniques and having a grand old time just trying to figure out what I want to do. So I'm looking now for, I'm cutting out a circle from this transparency. And I made sure to cut it out where it says love. And then I'm going to cut another circle to go on top of it. And I decided I wanted to back it in this snowflake just to make it a little bit bigger, to have a little bit more impact. So I'm going to use this circular 15. And I decided it's too small, so I'm going to add a piece of paper in the back. And this ends up just being a white piece of paper, which kind of sucks, but I like the way it looks anyway. I kind of wish that there had been holly in it, but the number gets covers up the little holly branch, holly berry. So I stick the 15 on there, and I'm just going to glue it right down on top of the acetate, and then I put the acetate on top of the snowflake, and then the snowflake gets adhered to the vellum. Lots of little layers for one little tiny thing, but I think it looks really cute. And I like the see-through aspect of the vellum over the photo, but I can't keep it simple, people. I just can't. So what I end up doing is I have all of these buttons pulled out from, I pulled them out on a previous project because I had this idea kind of floating around in my mind for a few days, and I wanted to wait until I found the right place to do it. So I have all these buttons pulled out, and I'm just going to stick them down on the vellum, kind of in a random assortment here, just kind of laying them out to see where I want them. And now they're stuck down. And I really like the way that that looks. I think it's really cute. However, when I flip it over, all you see is the backs of those chipboard buttons. And you know I hate that. So I'm going to use Scotch tape to create the flip out here. And then I'm going to decorate the other side too. And I want to keep the other side sort of flat because the chipboard on the front adds some depth, and my album is getting really thick, so I'm going to keep the back side to stickers and punched out paper. So just trimming this down a little bit. There we go. So now I need to cover up all these gray circles, especially the ones that I had to glue down because you can see the liquid glue. So I have these circle stickers from Simple Stories, so I'm going to use some of those. And I'm also going to pull out some die cuts and some wood veneer and other things as well. I'm trying not to go too far over the edges of the buttons on the other side because I don't want to mess up the look of the front side either. So finding things to put on top of these buttons that are the right size was kind of difficult, and it took me a little while to figure it out. So I'm going to cut out most of that process and just kind of skip forward to when I do figure it out, so you don't have to watch all of my indecision. But first I'm going to play with stickers a little bit more. Okay, so now I'm pulling out die cuts and things like that, trying to find things that will work in my album. There we go. Those are about the right size. That one was the right size, but I didn't like it, so I ended up changing it out. You can see that I didn't leave them all just circles too. I put some die cuts, some shaped die cuts on top of some of them. Stars and trees and things. And then I had some really thin wood veneer that I liked too. So I'm going to get that out. Perfect. And I like the snowflake. There we go. I decided to take off that white circle because it was bigger than the other side. Cute. I like the tree. And I decided to go with the littler one. I think I like the way that that looks. Just gonna glue this down because I pulled it up so many times it was coming off a little. So now I'm gonna add my journaling on some labels. And I'm going to add these to the picture. And I'm going to put them right on the bottom edge of that photo. And I don't want to do too much to the photo, but you know I can't leave well enough alone, so I do add a little bit to the photo. I add these labels, and then I have these other snowflakes. I initially thought about that, but no. I do have these other snowflakes that kind of match the snowflake on the flip out. So I'm going to use those. I'm going to use one right here above the labels. And of course I'm going to cut off the excess because it's going in a page protector. And I initially looked to see if this one would work up there, but it was too small. So I grab another one and I do the same thing up there in that corner. And I like the way that it repeats what I did on the vellum flip out, and I like the way that it frames the photo as well. Cut off the excess and we are about done. Maybe. Gotta get that back in there. All right, if you enjoyed this spread, if you are liking my December daily videos, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you.